Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Logan S. This is part 3 of my Emerald Nuzlocke. This is randomized, and getting into this, we get a Krabby for an encounter first thing off. I really do like Krabby, mainly just because of the anime. I decided to name this Krabby Eugene in honor of Eugene Krabs. And from here, we need to head and get some story stuff done here. Team Aqua confronts Team Magma. We just have to get through this dialogue. And now I'm able to explore Meteor Falls a little bit. I'm able to pick up a Water Stone, which finally allows us to evolve DDR, so that hopefully it'll be a little bit more effective in battle now. If I could just get some better moves on it, because it has kind of become a thing in this run that I am not getting good TMs. So I really need a good water and a good grass move to go on DDR. Anyway, we are able to head up Mount Chimney to get to the top. I don't have too much trouble with these grunts. I just take down this. This grunt was the only one that kind of scared me coming up here. Not this one right here. Because during this battle, and this is going to become a theme with this particular admin, Tabitha has a Groudon, the mythical Pokemon that... Not mythical, the legendary Pokemon that Team Magma is trying to resurrect right now. But thankfully, I'm able to take it down, don't lose any Pokemon, and I'm able to come up here and fight Maxie. This is another fight that I am scared of, because I remember as a kid, it took me several attempts to take down Maxie, and he's leading off with a Salamence. Not very good news for me. But thankfully, we are a little bit over his level, because I'm trying to be ready for the next gym. So we go into this, and thankfully it looks like Salamence isn't going to be too bad. We bait out some potions out of him. That way we can take down the rest of his team, hopefully a little bit easier. And Salamence goes down, but Blue Beetle needs to come out. I swap into No Boomies. Even though I know it's not going to do great here, but bait out a little bit more potion while DDR can sit here and absorb all of this and just heal back up with Absorb. I really wish we could get Giga Drain. Or even Mega Drain at this point. That would be so much better. But we take down the Lunatone. His next Pokemon is going to be Meganium. So I just swap over into Cinder. Take it out real quick with some fire. And with that, Maxie is down. Next up, I get this egg from this town. And I decide, for just a bit of luck, to hatch it in the hot springs. Because I remember doing this as a kid. I was like, ooh, if I hatch it in the hot spring, it'll give me a much better Pokemon. But we just get Lily. We can't be like, we can't get too much goodness out of this. Anyway, head on into the gym, and I run into this trainer with a Regice, which scares me. And then there's another trainer that has an Articuno. Like, seriously? What kind of people do you have working under you, Flannery? Anyway, finally get to the gym badge boss fight with Flannery, and she leads with a Raikou, which I am immediately like, oh my gosh, a gym leader with another legendary Pokemon. So here we go. It leads off with Thundershock. I lead off with Horn Attack, and thankfully it looks like I can just sit here and tank this while she heals up. Hit it a couple of more times. She's not going to heal it again, so Raikou is able to go down, but again, our Blue Beetle is really hurting right now. So I swap into DDR to go up against her Octillery. I'm not too worried about Octillery. I know that DDR can handle this. Again, would be great if we can get a better grass type move. But anyway, she brings in Paris. I bring in Cinder to send this little teeny tiny weak Pokemon back to the Pokeball. And I think her last Pokemon here is going to be Cielo. So I spend a second or two, and I'm like, yeah, DDR would definitely be best for this. So her Cielo, it takes a little bit of back and forth. She paralyzes me. I can't keep stalling it out, so I bring in Fu Manchu to finish this thing off with a Horn Attack. And with that, we actually get our 4th gym badge, which I'm really excited about. This playthrough, this Nuzlocke, is going great. And TM50 contains Meteor Mash, which will come in useful, I think. So we head back outside, get the Go Goggles so we can get our next encounter, which is going to be a Shed Ninja, which I don't know if I'm going to use or not. I mean, this thing is pretty cool, but obviously if it gets hit once, it's dead. So I mistakenly just put it to sleep, and I'm like, okay, then I'll try to throw a Pokeball, but no, we are in the desert, and it is going to it's going to get killed. But from there, we're able to immediately just go and fight our father. So I train up I don't even think I trained up. I just go straight for the battle. He leads with a Swablu, which I'm not worried about. I'm able to take it down with Fu Manchu very easily. His next one is going to be in, I've never been able to pronounce this right. Anorith, I think, the fossil that we don't have now. But it's not too bad. We're able to take it down, but Boomies needs to come back out. We go into DDR against his Doug Trio, fake it out, absorb for the critical damage, but no, it is going to dig. And I do not want to risk getting into a locked thing where I'm not going to be able to hit it, so I look in and I'm like, you know what, no Boomies. I double check just to make sure, even though I'm pretty sure it did. It does have Levitate. So I'm going to switch in no Boomies so that this doesn't hit. And I think the best thing to do is just to go for Psybeam. It goes for Magnitude, and I think it was going to do Magnitude 10, so thank God no Boomies had Levitate. Anyway, I think this is his last Pokemon, Onix, which DDR should definitely be able to handle with just a few absorbs. Onix isn't very great. It can't hit very hard. So I know DDR has this thing in the bag. It has a little bit of healing with a berry, but that just gives us more HP that we can take away. And we take down the Onix, defeat our father, get our gym badge. Our random TM is going to be 42, which contains Scary Face, which I am definitely probably never going to use. Over here we get Surf, which means we unlock quite a few encounters that we can get now. So I decided to run around and get a lot of encounters. I'm able to capture this Spinda on one of the water routes. And I decided to name it Spinner because, I mean, it's not even going to get to come out of the box unless something horrible happens. Anyway, next encounter that I come across is going to be a little Furret. I like Furret, even though it's definitely weak and I'm not going to be using this. Don't even have to hit this thing. I just go ahead and capture it. I decide to name it Noodle because it is just a long noodle. So I'm able to surf right over, get another new route where I'm able to get another new encounter right here, and it's going to be a Lapras, which I am kind of excited about. I'm like, ooh, a Lapras would be interesting to have on the team. So I decided to take this thing. Hopefully it's already at a good level, so all I got to do is potentially just get it into range, but no, it's going to Perish Song. I'm just going to put this on a timer for me capturing it, which is not great. I just decided to fake out to get a little bit more HP off of it. I've only got one shot at this thing, so this will be a miracle if it happens. I toss my Great Ball. Watch as it doesn't even shake and it pops out, and Perish Song is going to take out our potential Lapras, which sucks. I would have loved to have had that Perish Song to be able to use later to put battles on a timer. I decide to see if I can get an encounter or any items, so I run into the abandoned ship, run into that Raikou, and decide to nope right out of there. I will come back later when I am stronger. So, couple of more encounters we can get here. I run into a Ralts, which is Dupe's Claws, so I can just surf around a bit more. And I run into Blastoise. This can redeem us from the failed Wartortle that we couldn't capture in the last episode, so after a little bit of sleep, it takes a couple of Pokeballs, but thankfully we are able to capture the Blastoise, and I'm excited to have a solid water type for backup in case something happens. I name it Darwin in honor of the tortoises and Darwin's tortoise, even though, you know, Blastoise isn't a tortoise, it's a turtle, but still. But anyway, I'm able to get a couple of more encounters, so Swalot is going to join our team after this Great Ball shakes back and forth, and I decide to nickname it Regal because for some reason I always imagine Swalot as like a majestic king. Like that's just what it made me think of. Anyway, I know this is I don't know if this is optional or not, but I know I can get an encounter in New Mawvile, so we decide to do this. My encounter is going to be Breloom, which I do like. I did use a Breloom quite a bit when I was a kid. So I think this thing could potentially be a solid addition to the team, so I decide, well, I mean, I'm going to catch it either way, just in case. I name it Tyson, just in honor of Mike Tyson. I decide to go ahead and go on up here, see what this item is. It turns out to be a Moo Moo Milk, which I was not hoping for. Anyway, he gives us a TM, and it turns out, I think that TM was Overheat. Anyway, we were able to progress a little bit more, get a couple of more encounters. This is not an encounter here, I don't think. I think I was just like, no, this is an encounter. I did encounter a Registeel, but of course, Registeel has Explosion, nearly takes out our Blue Beetle. Anyway, I think this is a trainer fight here where I battle this guy, has a Dragonite. We're able to take it down. Yeah, Bugcatcher had a Dragonite. Anyway, I decide to just train up a little bit, fighting these random trainers. And then I come up here for our next encounter. And this encounter, oh boy, it is Groudon, level 27. I am so excited. I am also very, very, very nervous because I do not want to lose any Pokemon to this. I spend a lot of time taking it down slowly. I switch into Good Boy here to start putting it to sleep. And oh my god, this thing takes so many Pokeballs. I am afraid that it is not going to be caught. It can heal itself every now and again, and I start to think I'm just going to run out of Pokeballs, but I'll go until I run out. But thankfully here, it happens. 1, 2, 3, gotcha. Oh my god, that is so huge. I decide to name it Land God. And this Groudon is immediately going to be put on our team. I decide to take off the Koavla, which for some reason when I was a kid, I always thought that Groudon was a fire type. I don't know why. It didn't register to me that he's ground, but I always thought Groudon was fire. Anyway, spend up some time, level up the Groudon, and we're able to move forward. I'm going to be heading towards the Weather Institute, but we run into a Wynut, and I am terrified. This thing has Shadow Tag. I cannot escape. Oh my god, I need to take this thing out quickly. I just do a Mud Shot, hoping that it'll one-hit, and it, in fact, does. So from there, head on up to the Weather Institute, where I'm able to take out a few of these grunts. And this one grunt had an Entei, so yet again, but thankfully we have Surf to be able to deal with stuff like this now. Thank God we got a good water move to put on DDR. Just need that grass move. But this fight, this is going to come to the end of this next part after... Oh, this trainer had a Rayquaza. Forgot about that. Anyway, thankfully we are a little over-leveled, so we take it out, no problem. And we don't have much time left in this, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.